and you won't have to worry. Just one moment. I'm just checking whether we are streaming live or not on YouTube. Uh, have to make sure that. Okay, just one moment. Yes, finally we are live. Yes, fantastic. Okay, so okay, now I can fully concentrate. If you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe button. If you're enjoying these lives, make sure that you share them with your friends and family, because all these frameworks are going to work like magic. The whole objective of starting these lives was that I will have enough content that is ready, which I can always forward to people in the same content, because it's coming out raw. I'm not prepared any script for this. Yes, the topic is there, a couple of bullet points are there, but overall, I'm just building things as a part of my communication practice, which I know for sure it's going to help a lot of people, which we will turn it into replicable different forms of communication, which is podcasts, blogs, reels, newsletter articles, notes, PDFs, GPT models, all these different things. The GPT, custom GPTs, tools and frameworks, so that it can be used. That was the intention behind this. Also, while I had decided today that I'm going to be going live back to back, but then I felt that I don't really want to stuff a lot of things. Rather, yes, the last 1 week I was not consistent, but I would like to ease it out so that I can focus more on quality as well. So instead of doing 5 episodes today, until this entire first week uh, the entire first week of January until Sunday, what we will be doing, not exactly Sunday, Monday, that is the 5th of January, what we will be doing is we'll be doing 2 lives instead of one. Okay. So that way, 8:30 is going to be the first live. And then probably I'll go and have my breakfast, come back, and then do one more live. Okay. So that way, there'll be a lot of in-depth learning as well in a very structured manner, right? Again, the topics are already decided. I just don't want to overload myself as well as you with all this just for the sake of, oh, look, this many episodes are there. Okay. With that, let's get started with today's episode. Yesterday, I was having a very interesting conversation with one of the greatest legends, I would say, in the world, in terms of the kind of life that he's had, the journey that he's lived, the way he is as a person. Again, I don't want to take any names as such, but it just felt so magical. I ended up spending over 3 hours with him yesterday, just talking questions, answers, back and forth, discussions, and all. It was really fun. Made my entire 31st very special. So, throughout this entire discussion, there was a point of time when he was ready to pay me money. He was ready to pay me money. And not just, I'm not talking about small amounts here, like 1,000, 2,000 bucks. I'm talking about literally 5-figure, full-fledged fee. I'll even go to say that same money I can use to buy an iPhone. That is the amount of money he was ready to pay me after discussing with me. And I said no. Now, when I was saying that and explaining it beyond, it's not that he pushed for an explanation, but then the way I structured that entire explanation is what I felt very proud of myself. Now, that's something that happened yesterday. Now, growing up, I always used to feel, why is it that the most famous personalities on the planet are the ones that are either liked very much by a lot of people or hated very much by a lot of people? And I'm literally talking about the names that you and I are very familiar with. Now, those names could all be the names like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Narendra Modi, Donald Trump, the names that keeps just floating around the news all the time. And they can also be the other end of the spectrum as well. You have Osama bin Laden, Adolf Hitler, Sylvie Berkulosini. I mean, not able to remember the father of fascism at this moment. I think it's okay. And you even look at all those big emperors and rulers and all those people as well. And I compare that, and at the same time, I compare some of the biggest, the most famous men in the planet, right, in terms of riches. So in India, I can immediately think of names: Mukesh Ambani, the Ambani family. You have Shah Rukh Khan. You have Akshay Kumar. They are the biggest stars. And in South India, you have Talapati Vijay. You have Talaiva Rajnikant sir. You have no, Allu Arjun, Prabhas, all these people. In Hindi industry, you have Dharmendra, Amitabh Bachchan, all these people. And then you also have Gautam Adani and all these industrialists as well. So when I look at the spectrum of all these people, they are either liked or hated, but they are never ignored. They're always in the limelight in some way or the other. And when I try to decipher the entire thing, it all came down to this one word, which is called as honesty. Before I get into the depth of today's topic, which is all about how can you be honest, let's establish a couple of fundamentals first. Honesty as a word has its own Google definition, has its own Oxford definition. Different definitions are there, universal definition. But honesty is a virtue. It's a trait. It's you can call it as a thumbprint. That is, every single human being has their own perspective about the word honesty. So for me, I start asking myself, what is honesty according to me? What is honesty that I expressed while I was in conversation with that very dear friend of mine yesterday? What is honesty in however all these famous people go about doing their business? And that brings me down to one more aspect when we go little deeper into the definition, is that while there is a Google definition and an Oxford definition, the word in itself, because it's abstract, it's not a thing. Honesty is not a thing. For example, this is a bottle. So I can touch and feel the bottle. The same bottle it is for me, I give it to someone else. For them also, it's going to be a bottle. But honesty, we were never taught about it. We don't have a school chapter. We don't have anything to feel, touch, and sense it. And that's why it's abstract. So because of this word being an abstract one, the word itself has different definitions for different people, which means what is honesty according to me and what is honesty according to you can be two separate things altogether. Based on the previous live, you must have understood the layers of communication, like beliefs, perspectives, messages, thought processes, opinions, perspectives. All these things culminates together to come to arrive to that definition according to honesty. Now, in order to go a little deeper, let me take a very simple example. And you, as you are observing me, you may choose to agree to it, you may choose to disagree to it. Either way, it's fine. I just want you to observe how you are feeling and how amazing it is that either you can like it or dislike it, but you cannot ignore it. Whatever I'm about to share right now. So, honesty, according to me, is when I'm absolutely true to myself, to my mind, body, and spirit, which means I hate people getting married or giving birth to children because you don't even know your own self. How dare you share your life with someone else thinking that they are going to know you? How dare you give birth to an offspring when you don't even know yourself and you're training them to help them know themselves? You're raising them to get to know themselves. Again, you are flawed. The person you're getting married to is flawed. Both of you are becoming even more flawed. You give birth to an offspring, you flaw their life left, right, and center as well. Are you really being honest? Or rather, you're the most dishonest human being on the planet. I feel all married people and all people who are parents are the most dishonest people on the planet. Same thing goes for smoking and drinking. Because I don't smoke, I don't drink. Now, whatever I mentioned right now, You can either agree to it, you can disagree to it, you cannot ignore it. Don't you think this is exactly what is happening to all these people, the names that I took? You can like them, you can hate them, you cannot ignore them. Something in them, their beliefs, perspectives, metaphors, messages, thought process, opinions, however it is that they are, whether you like them, hate them, you cannot ignore them, it touches upon something deeper within us, positively or negatively, but there's certain kind of a connection. When I said that I do not like people who get married, I'm sure you have your family, but something in you tells, no, whatever Surya Dev is telling makes sense, even though I'm married, even though I have children. You're able to see what's happening? This is me being honest and giving you my definition of honesty. You choosing to accept, irrespective of the situations that you are in between the heads, if you're accepting, in between the heads, if you think something else and do something else and say something else, that's the ultimate form of a word called hypocrisy. And you are definitely not honest then, isn't it? Now, this is me debating with you. Are you able to understand what's happening? This is what makes me interesting to you. If you're watching this live right now with me, whatever it is that I'm sharing is actually holding you, whether you like it or not, it's at least holding you. And that is why all these famous people are able to have such massive, massive levels of success, because deep inside, they are absolutely honest with themselves, not necessarily with the world. The same thing goes for the other end of the spectrum also. You look at all these people who hurt other fellow human beings, torture other fellow human beings in the name of divinity. We've all seen what happened in 9/11, or what is happening in Iran and Iraq, uh, Russia, Ukraine. We all get to see all these news, right? Now, deep down, they are also honest with themselves, isn't it? And that's why the world is watching them. And if that's the situation, what about the normal people? Aren't they aren't they honest? Let's take the examples of our parents or our relatives. They're good people. My parents, from whatever I know, that they're pretty honest. But are they? Think about it. A young boy is just born, full of life, full of joy, just wants to enjoy life. Thrown into the school, his parents are telling him, you have to go to school in order to get educated. But I just want to have fun. No, you're not allowed to have fun. If you get educated, only then you will grow up to become something in life. Is it true? Does the school really help the child to grow up, or the school is putting the child in a box? So are the parents honest to the children? Are the school honest to the parents? Are the children feel the honesty from the school and the parents as they grow up? Are you able to see the flaw here? And this is predominantly the very basic foundation why concepts like miscommunication happens, communication gap happens, all these civil cases happens. You look at all the divorces and the alimony and all of those things, a company putting whatever legal notice or and all to the other person, all those law and accounts and all kinds of lies and deceit and all these things comes in because of the lack of these foundation principles of honesty. So now that we have established that as an idea, again, my objective here is not to tell something is right, wrong, good, bad, this or that. No, I'm not talking about extremism here. I'm just putting the cards out here, calling a spade a spade. That's it. If that is the idea, now how do we take honesty as a muscle, as a skill, as a communication pill that will help us achieve that massive levels of success like all these famous people. We will work on that in today's live right now. And in order to work on this, we will be looking at things from inside out. The last episode, if you remember, we did it outside in, right? Because we are dealing with people. Here, we are also dealing with people by learning a skill called as honesty through the power of communication, but this time we will do it inside out. In Speak to Lead live cohort, we have a segment which is called as the self-discovery adventure. It's a series of tests that we walk people through. And as you finish those tests, it's a series of multiple choice questions and all. As you solve the questions, you get a report emailed to you. I think if you go to my episode somewhere in the first 10 or 15 days of my the daily live with Surya episode, you'll find it in my channel. You will be able to see, because I recorded the entire thing one shot. So you can also go ahead and do those exercises. I think in the descriptions also had put in all those details. So while doing that entire exercise, you get to know yourself just the way you are. And if you put all those things aside, the polarities aside, with honesty, the very first thing is you've got to put all those baggages out. You've got to be completely naked in front of the mirror, looking at yourself just the way you are. So the labels that you put on yourself, again, you got to cast them away as well. So for me, the very first question that I ask myself is, what is honesty according to me? And that is going to come down with every little and big thing that I believe in. I will just start writing, and anything and everything that is even remotely related to, as well as grandly related to honesty, is what I will write down. So I'll just give you a couple of examples. Honesty is when I am looking at a beautiful girl on the road, talking to Yogeshwari and telling her, sharing with her that I saw a beautiful girl on the road in a way that I know that she will not be angry with me. That's me being honest, according to me. Being honest is working hard enough so that at some point of time, I will be able to tell about our relationship to my parents. But until I do so, I will not tell them, because if I tell them, then they're going to create some form of a scene. Again, that's just honesty according to me. You can write down your list. Do not stop until you're done. Because once you are done, then you will have a list of things that you will, that it's all about you. That's the first layer. The second layer is to take the help of AI to help you learn more about your honest side. So you can literally drop a prompt like, hi, ChatGPT, I want to, I've realized that the most powerful and the most successful people in the world, the one single thing that makes them stand out from everyone is they are honest to themselves. And then the world molds itself just because they're able to communicate that out. And that only happens because they're honest to themselves. We can like them, we can hate them, but we cannot ignore them. I want you to help me find out the honest, the most honest side of me. And in order to do so, ask me 50 questions that will help you gain more clarity about me being honest with myself. Go. ChatGPT will give you 50 questions. Turn on the recorder, answer those questions, and that itself will give you a huge, even more deeper clarity. Once that entire thing is done, then your internal stuff is cleared out. Now, honesty might lead to different other layers of life as well. Honesty related to career, money, finances, thought process, emotions, intellect, decisions, beliefs. A lot of these are different aspects. Your honesty about love relationship, honesty about your friendship, honesty about the way you want to lead your life. Until and unless you're crystal clear and you're opening yourself, I mean, you have the entirety of you right in front of you and you are clear about it, you're aware about it, you have clarity about it, you are crystal clear about what is it that is going on inside of you? You will never ever be in a position to explain that to someone else. So once you do this first step, which comes down to two steps, I broke it down into two steps. The next thing is for you to develop your persona around it. And that persona just needs to be you. I'll tell you, a lot of people, starting from my parents as well as my dearest friends and family members, have told me I need to cut my hair. I'm looking like a wild boar. I need to shave off my beard and groom myself. But I am deciding not to. People have told me you need to wear a proper suit to make a video, or you have to wear, have to look presentable. You have to wear proper professional shoes when you are going on stage, not some Crocs or some chappals. There are so many different stereotypes and standardizations, never ever written as a cardinal rule anywhere, and yet people follow them, and they tell you to follow them as well, so that you can be like sheep. But you will still find people who go away from the norm, and they just do what they feel best, and they're the ones who catches our attention. So once you figured out the honesty in terms of your thought process and every single thing across your layers, the next thing is to create that persona for you. So for me right now, my persona is, I'm working on myself, and I want to show up as my most vulnerable, raw version out to the world every single day. If that means I'm not going to shave my beard, I'm not going to groom myself, I'm going to save the cost, the time, energy, and money to visit a salon, which I anyways don't enjoy, so that I can prepare myself and work on myself at some point of time when I feel that, oh, okay, now I look good, I've become fit, I've leaned down, my habits, my skills, every single thing is in order. Now I can go and groom myself because I've earned it. Are you able to see? Your persona, the way you look, should also be honest. Again, not to the world, to you. The world will automatically adapt. I've done the December cohort in the same look. I'm going to do the January cohort in the same look. And I see people smiling the exact same way, irrespective of how I look. Because looks can always change. What cannot change is who you are and how you communicate yourself. So that comes down to persona. After you have defined your persona, and you don't owe anyone any explanation on this entire exercise that we are dealing with, please note, anyone in this world, even if they judge you even for the slightest nanosecond, they do not deserve to get into that space where they are going to help you with your honesty. No, you have to do it for yourself. Now you can take pieces from people and shape up your persona. That's absolutely fine, but at the end of the day, it has to be you. So persona is taken care of. The moment persona is taken care of, along with that, you have to strengthen that persona with the communication modalities and frameworks. What kind of communication modalities and frameworks? First, stories. Stories that you say to yourself, which you can also say to the world. So I'll give you a couple of examples. I believe that if you are all alone in life, then you can have the greatest fun ever. There are no limitations. That's the ultimate form of freedom. Whatever you're earning, you're spending on yourself. You're not dependent on anyone. You don't have any responsibilities. You are literally a free bird. The way I support that story is by taking examples. That's the point number two under this whole the whole communication framework are references. Now, stories, I've already told you in the storytelling masterclass what are the different forms of stories. Now, references are people whom you will find out who lives that as a truth. So for me, that example is Suman brother. So far he has decided that he's not going to get married. He lives in a beautiful 3 BHK, facing in the heart of Bangalore. where there is a swimming pool, there's a squash court, there's a badminton court, beautiful lawn area to walk. He has people coming in, house help and all. He eats whatever he wants. And that's the kind of life that I always want to live, always wanted to live. So he's a reference for me. Same thing, Tony Robbins. He literally cries in on the stage. He's always energetic as ever. I've taken that from him. This is exactly what is my communication framework, whether I'm on stage, whether I'm on a podcast, whether I'm doing the live right now. This is who I am. And this is my honest version. He is my reference. The same way, when you have references that you want to follow and adapt towards, you also need to keep away references. So, for example, keep, I don't foresee my cousins to be a reference, as in, I literally don't want to be successful and ignore the people who would like to talk to me. Rather, I would always encourage people reaching out to me. Of course, through my social media, not through my number. So I don't give my number out to anyone. I'm very clear. You will find me, if you just write my name in Google, you will find my LinkedIn, you'll find my Udemy, you'll find my YouTube, you'll find my TEDx talks. And you can use social media to connect with me. That way you will get to know what is it that I'm doing. And that gives you more context to get to know about me. And then you will know how can I help you. And that way you will respect me, I'll respect you. You're able to understand. Now, if my cousins don't go through my website and all, will they really understand what am I trying to do? They're not even interested. Does that make sense? So that's number two, references. Then comes the metaphors, perspectives, beliefs. So I'll give you one couple of very interesting perspective with respect to my honesty. I hate people who, I disown people who smoke and drink. I mean, it's written over there that it's not good for your health. People die when they smoke, they get cancer. Your liver goes for a toss when you drink alcohol. Your brain gets fuzzy, and yet you do it. So you don't even have the basic human awareness. What's worse is you start defending yourself that smoking and drinking is okay if you do it occasionally or once in a while. I disagree, even at that fundamental level. So I don't want to talk to you. You're not honest with yourself. I want to be honest with you. And that is precisely the reason, because I've had these kind of perspectives, right? And because I've done that inner work, the first set of steps that I've told you, right? The asking myself those questions, being clear about all that, it gives me the full-fledged permission to talk about it to people as well without offending the other person. Because now I'm honest about a perspective, but it is not to offend the other person. It is to just share my side of the game. They can agree, they can disagree. Now, the reason of sharing all this is because once you are honest with yourself, you will begin to realize you'll start repelling a lot of people. And that's absolutely okay. You never ever have to make people happy. In fact, quite a few of my job experiences, I've realized that there's obviously a job. What is a company at the end of the day? A company is what the people and especially the leaders make of it, isn't it? So for us to understand that it's the people that I'm not able to resonate with. If I'm not able to resonate with a company which I want to leave, I want to move ahead, it's happening because I'm not able to resonate with the people. It's not just the people, it's the perspectives, the beliefs, and all. It all comes down to honesty. They are not honest to themselves either, or you are not able to align with the honesty muscle in this case. So, the best thing to do is to be able to voice that out. Now, that will obviously repel a lot of people, and that's absolutely okay. Oftentimes, I used to feel that, I mean, I didn't do anything. How come that person is angry with me? Only now, 2026, I've realized it's not that I did something wrong, is that they are flawed in some way or the other. They are not honest with the way that they speak to themselves or the way they speak to people. Honest also means open and authentic, which means even if I'm 100% honest with them, they take that as an offense. So I would like to discard such people away. At the same time, I'm open to express things just the way it is. because my perspectives and beliefs and everything is clear. And as I'm working towards these muscle, awareness and clarity by default gets developed. So that's the third layer that you have to build: references, perspectives, beliefs, stories, every single thing. And then fourth, and the most important thing in this, is continuously upgrading yourself. Tim Cook, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, they read 20 to 30 books a year minimum. They hire the smartest brains on the planet as a part of their inner circle. Every single day, they're working on some innovation or the other. Innovation that gets turned into a product later, which people can consume, or some form of a business opportunity or a service that people can use. The most important thing that you can be honest about is when you focus on your learning and your own growth. Now you decide what works for you. For me, I'm starting with my journaling exercises from today. Lives I've been doing every single day. Now, slowly, the content pieces and everything is going to go forward. Our cohort has started full-fledged, and that is me being honest in terms of learning as well as implementation. You've got to figure that out as well. Once you do that, you'll begin to realize that a lot of things will get to improve, upgrade, update. Goes back to the start of the live. When you ask that same set of 50 questions that AI asked you, you answer them again after 6 months or a year or 2 years, you'll find a new set of answers. You will create new perspectives, new metaphors, new references, new people to look up to, which might be completely different than what it was the previous time when you did it. And that's the magic. Honesty is an everyday, constant, integrated awareness, CIA, for your own self. And as you communicate that, express that day in and day out with the people that you meet, all the way from the person you buy groceries from to the person who swipes your credit card while you are in a departmental store, to the person who collects garbage, to the person who helps you purchase your water bottle or your favorite dress, to your relatives, to your friends, to the people you work with, you will find patterns where people tell you, it feels amazing talking to you. That's what people have told me. And now, through this episode, I just wanted to put all of that stuff out on what exactly goes on. So yesterday, when I was telling my dear friend that, no, we cannot go ahead. I don't want your money. The first thing he said is, thank you so much, Surya, for being honest. And for this level of clarity also, because that's what the previous coaches that I signed up for did not give me. And I only ended up spending money, but now there's nothing that I'm able to do about it. I didn't want that for him, at least not from me. And that's something that I follow as a code of honor for all the people that I meet, work, help, serve through these lives. Whatever we are building, Yogeshwari and I, these foundations are never going to change. All the things we are ever going to learn will be there out there for free for people to learn. Again, it's implementation that we charge up for. Abundance is one of the key virtues and perspectives for honesty, according to me and Yogeshwari, which we have developed very recently. And we aim to continue that. Now, if you agree, you will continue to follow, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, that's fine too. You can always find your own path. And the beauty is, when you are truly honest with yourself and your communication, you will begin to realize that there are people who will get repelled, but so many more people will come near to you. You will be literally like a magnet attracting these amazing people. I've seen that unfold in action over the last 72 hours, especially. And that's the intention that I want to build this year onwards. I hope the same intention for you as well. May this year be the year when you finally Free yourself from all the things that's holding you back. And finally, for the very, very first time in your life, you're able to communicate with yourself. And as you do so, you begin to see how the world will shape shift its way just because you've gifted yourself this muscle, the switch of honesty. Every single one of us can turn out to be an Elon Musk, a Jeff Bezos,